welcome to That Chapter. Mike here. Today we're going to be looking at the story and videos of Chrisvids21. I don't know if you've heard of him or the story, but it's freaky to say the least. So, without further yapping, let's go back and begin at the beginning, shall we? The story begins when Chrisvids21, I'm just gonna actually call him Chris from now on. I think it's a safe assumption to make that's his name. Chris went out for a bike ride in July 2014. While out, he stumbles across a camera lying in the dirt. He takes it home. It still works and he investigates the footage that was on the camera. You can probably see where this is going. These are the clips and pictures that were on the camera. Here are some of the images first. They seem to be maybe of a military base, but I can't say for sure. The first clip is actually what I consider to be the most eerie. It's very short and Chris says there's no sound on it. It uploaded to his computer that way. It seems to be a person in the middle of the forest trying to record something. What? I don't know. Bigfoot maybe. Things really start to heat up now in the second clip. The camera starts while someone is running. Why or from what we don't know. There are no sounds other than the movement and wind. Suddenly, the person carrying the camera either puts it down or drops it. We hear a plane flying overhead and that's about it. Though at the moment the person either puts down the camera or drops it, you hear a very strange sound. Let's give it another listen. Weird, huh? The next video that Chris uploads is of him filming going back to the location where he found the camera. He discovers nothing too odd, and nothing that seems out of place in the woods. It does seem like there's been or is activity there, but it could just be passers-by. He then finds a backpack, oddly enough with a CD inside. We'll get into that in a minute. And a bullet. So then, having looked around, he goes back to his bike, going home. Just before, he decides to run back and pick up a hat he found earlier. And then he hears the sound from the video when the camera dropped. He then, quite wisely, decides to get the hell out of there. Wow. Whatever sound that was, it doesn't sound too natural to me. After this, he uploads the video found on the CD. It's very disturbing, not least because it begins with a gunshot.
It's hot outside, so for me it is.
There's definitely something strange going on in the woods. The next video Chris uploads, it's weird. He goes back out, but he gets dizzy and nosebleed. Seems like the whole thing is getting to him. Says he needs a break. Fair enough, if I was him I would not be going back myself. The next video he posts is nearly a month later and very short. Just camera shots in the woods. The video after that is a little creepier. It's nearly dark, so spooky enough. He goes to pick up what I guess is a memory card, though his hand looks to be covered in blood. The next video, titled Zachary Pierce, is again creepy. He's in the woods, it's later at night. His hand is bandaged, and he reveals a letter. Chris, I'm getting concerned for your safety. If I were you, I'd pack my things and skip town. But I guess you're not me. So good luck out there. Final package will be here tomorrow. Zach. I assume Zach is a friend. What's the package? I have no idea. After this is another pickup video. Presumably the packages mentioned in Zach's letter. Chris seems to be in the forest quite a bit now. Before the video ends, we hear a loud noise. Possibly a gunshot? If anyone can explain what the radio is saying in this one, I would love to hear from you. I think it's military, but honestly, what's really weird is this is the last we hear of from Chris. The next video, uploaded to Chrisvids21, is uploaded by his friend Zach. It's footage from Chris's camera. No one knows what has become of Chris. You hear a gun cock and see what looks to be some kind of government gate. We hear Chris get out of the car, walk past the fence, and he disappears. The end. Or is it? Hold on to your butts. There is a follow-up clip 1 year and 8 months later. First off, apologies for the completely random and out of nowhere nature of this post. But let me cut to the chase. Received a single SD card today with 2 files on it, both videos. Here are both of them. Warning, the first clip gets very loud at the end. Assuming this was the micro SD from Chris's GoPro. Someone must have retrieved it and found a way to deliver it to me. Obviously. Currently wondering why it took so long to surface. The beginning seems to be another angle of the previous video. The ending? Ugh. Then, Zach decides to go on his own adventure to find out what happened to Chris. I would like to say I went here 100% unarmed until I found the hatchet, which in hindsight wasn't a very good idea. The whole area seemed as quiet as it could be though, so I don't think there was much need for concern. It was eerily quiet there the whole time, and the lack of any wildlife or sounds of nature was unsettling. Finding Chris's coat and my axe was such a crazy coincidence it's not even funny. Finding his phone may also bring light some evidence of where he went. His campsite looks like it's been abandoned for some time, though it is reassuring knowing that he was posted up here at one point. I think he's still out there somewhere. We get one more upload as of this video regarding this story, though it ends on quite an ominous note. I went back. I found a different off the beaten pathway of getting in through a tunnel leading underneath the highway. Going through it brought me to the foot of the field, so I decided to head down the gravel road and explore more of the area. What I found was a small red shed tucked away over the hill behind some trees. It was enclosed behind a chain-linked fence, and there were chlorine warnings posted up all over the building. Next to the building, there was a large metal hatch in the ground. Don't know what that was all about. The lights above the doors were on. Further down the road was a decently sized lake blocked by a dam? I don't know. Just sitting there, I saw what looked to be a roadside assistance bag. I thought it was strange, so on a whim I took it in hopes it could relate to something. Before I get a chance to really dig through the bag, I heard gunshots, so I ran. Fuck. The bag is still in my car. I totally forgot about it before I started writing this. Yeah. So at present, that's the latest on the story of Chris and whatever happened to him. The last video was uploaded in September 2017. So maybe more will be uploaded. Keep an eye on that YouTube channel. It seems like Chris went out to investigate after finding the camera. Maybe he either went crazy, discovered a conspiracy, and just disappeared. Or, you know, could all just be a made-up story, fake ARG or whatever, but it's an interesting story. And if it is an ARG, it's going on pretty long, like nearly two years. I mean, the last we see of Chris is him falling and that weird screeching noise. Who sent the SD card to Zach, and what was the story with those gunshots? Weird things happen out in the woods. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one. Mike out.